Just as for a newborn child, the breast milk of the mother uh, is the vital nourishing force for the survival and the growth growth of the child. In the same manner, for a creeper, the watering of the creeper is the one which is the cause of the nourishment of the creeper and the growth of the creeper, which will eventually grow into a bigger creeper and then produce flowers and fruits. In this way, you will see in this world, every thing for its growth and nourishment requires, just like a grown-up human being, the food becomes a very vital aspect of his life. Added to the food is the water, and then that turns into blood and circulates all over the body and nourishes the whole system. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada said the chanting of the holy name is the most nourishing spiritual item for the soul. And it is such a powerful item that even if one lacks anything else in this world, one wouldn't miss much. For example, somebody tells you either you have to forego your food today 3 times a day, or you have to forego your kurta. Today you will not get kurta. Which one would you prefer? Huh? Huh? You can remain without kurta for one full day also, huh? But you can't remain without food, isn't it? So you will see in the same manner the 4 activities: eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Brahmachari sannyasis, they give up mating altogether. Correct, no? And you will see, and they also, when they don't clash with other living entities, the defending becomes reduced up to the point of nil. They don't defend also. And also, Goswami slept only 2 hours, sometimes less than 2 hours also. Prabhupada says, if you read the purport of Yukta Ahara Viharasya, Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu, there Prabhupada writes. And also they ate very frugally, sometimes only chickpeas. Sometimes they just drank water or buttermilk or something like that, once in 3 days. Raghunath Das Goswami. That means these 4 activities, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, they are mostly for the body. For the soul, these activities are not required at all. But we still do it because we still have a bodily component. But what then nourishes the soul, keeps the soul alive and nourished and strong, is actually the holy sound. One is the glorification of Krishna gives spiritual strength, and the chanting of the holy name, which is glorification of Krishna's names, that also gives tremendous strength. You will see Srila Prabhupada, even at the age of 70, when he was going abroad in the Jaladuta, and then what he did in the next 12 years is a practical evidence for what we are talking just now. You will see that his nourishment actually came primarily, he said, in the ship by reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita. That was my solace. After getting a couple of heart attacks, you are at the verge of death. Anytime anything can happen to you. In such a tense state, how can anyone preach the message of Lord Chaitanya and do something great in the world? But his nourishment came from reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita and constantly chanting the holy name. He was always having a bead bag around his neck. And he was chanting. As soon as there is a little interval, he would immediately get into japa. Anywhere. Once he was in a studio where they wanted him to perform some kirtan and then record it. But then they were repairing the sound, looking here, there, everywhere. At last they found that the sound which is coming is due to murmuring of the Swamiji, who is sitting behind and murmuring the japa. They said everything else is not making sound due to the sound. Then they told Prabhupada that if you can stop for a short while, we will check any other disturbance in the loop. They saw there was no other disturbance. Then they told Prabhupada to perform after that. The point is, you will see that Prabhupada was increasing his nourishment spiritually by constantly chanting. Once Prabhupada traveled from India to Australia, his servant was saying that, the moment he got into flight, he started chanting. And 6-8 hours he was chanting continuously. So many times we do our chanting as a duty, completing our 2 hours of chanting daily. And once it is done, we feel some kind of sense of satisfaction, which is all right. But the real truth is that anyone who takes to chanting very in a serious spirit over a period of time will observe one getting spiritually nourished, and that will also relieve the material component of lamentation and illusion and fear, anxiety and envy and revenge and anger and lust and all these different things which keep the soul afflicted by the disease of material mindsets. And it makes the such chanting, when it nourishes the soul, it makes the soul healthy and more healthier mindset and confidence and positivity and spiritual energy. All these things boost the soul to not only march ahead confidently, but also do great good to the world, as we see Srila Prabhupada do that. So, at least we are given in the morning hours an opportunity to access these advantages in a small way. In the morning when we get up, okay, at least to chant dutifully for a couple of hours and get some little advantage, and over a period of time develop the faith, so that you can chant more, read more, hear more, and nourish yourself more. Because you are not the body, you are not the mind. Who are you? You are the spirit soul. The spirit soul comes from spiritual world. And the spiritual world, the nourishment for all the jivas is chanting the holy name and delighting in the holy fame and witnessing the pastimes of the Lord, which uh, not only gives them fearlessness and confidence, it actually is a nourishing factor. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances into all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like the satyrs or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchagalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki.